Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel where today I thought we would have some fun with the NFL offseason and rank all of the quarterbacks heading into the 2024 season. We have several tiers here with Mahomes, Elite, Great, Good, Meh, Rookies, and Backup. And I think these are pretty self-explanatory. Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes, Elite the next 2 to 4 guys, Great top 10, borderline top 10 quarterbacks, about 12 to 17 range. Meh up to about 25. Rookies, just rookies, you don't really know what's going on. And then backups, guys who are clearly backup quarterbacks in the league as well. And just so you guys know, I have a little puppy here in the recording studio with me. So if you hear a little bit of whimpering, if I look down, it's because I'm trying to prevent the little guy from chewing my wires. So that's going to be fun. So let's go ahead and get started with Tua Tagovailoa of the Miami Dolphins. And to me, Tua is a good quarterback. He's very, very solid. He has some really great games. He's able to connect really well with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. But there are times where he does disappear. And overall, you're not going to win a Super Bowl because of him. You more like win with him. He's a really good game manager type scenario, but a really high-end game manager. And I think he's a solid quarterback, but I'm not sure you would give him a mega contract either because he doesn't quite have that it factor either. But still, really solid quarterback. Next up, Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And to me, Trevor is another good quarterback. He had a really solid 2022 after his disastrous rookie season under Urban Meyer, but last year did not look that good, and the injury is very concerning. So this season is kind of a make or break it year for Trevor Lawrence, if he's going to be just a good quarterback or will he get up to the great and elite tier, because he can be a great quarterback, but he's just too inconsistent for me to really be in that upper end of quarterback play. Trey Lance, backup. I think that is clear as day that that man is a backup quarterback. And I will not be surprised. He's one of the biggest draft busts of all time just for his fact that San Francisco gave up so much for him. I really do want him because I do think he has talent, but he just got screwed over by injuries and Mr. Brock Purdy taking over in San Fran. So, yeah. If Dak struggles, Trey Lance might get some time. Next up, we got Derek Carr. I keep calling him David because his older brother. Obi, do not chew on my wire, please. Stop it. Stop it. No. Come here. Come here. You're going to sit with me. This is Obi. Little Obi-Ween. He's my puppy. Say hi to everyone, Obi. Yeah, he's chewing a little bit of my wire, so he's going to be sitting up here with me now. Derek Carr. Matt. He's really not a guy you want starting for your team. Got no idea why New Orleans gave up that much money to him. It's absolutely ridiculous. They should have just tried to draft a quarterback instead. But instead, they're tied to Derek Carr, and it's not great. Very inefficient, kind of a high-volume guy. Not good with throws. Turnover-prone. Not good at all. So, meh. Another guy who's at the low end of meh is Sam Darnold. The reason why he's here is because he, for the time being, is a presumed starter in Minnesota ahead of J.J. McCarthy, mainly because a little more experience. Maybe him being in San Francisco for a year helped him out, but if you have Sam Darnold as a starting quarterback, yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. He should be in backup tier very, very shortly here. Kyler Murray. Now, Kyler is an interesting quarterback to rate because when he's healthy, I think he is a top 12 quarterback in the NFL. He's got great athleticism. He can throw the ball really good. And I think the injury last year really hurt his chance to shine outside of Cliff Kingsbury's system. I think Kyler is going to have a great year this year, prove why the Cardinals gave him that contract, and having Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to really, really help him out there. So I think he's going to be he could be a great quarterback. So I'm putting him above because I like him better than both Tua and Lawrence. And then Kyler's right there. Zach Wilson, no need to talk about him. He's pretty bad. There's a reason why he got traded to Denver. So we all know how bad Zach Wilson is, and there's no need to go into that. Next up is Josh Allen. Josh Allen. Dude's elite. I mean, come on. He is a great runner. Cannon of arm. He's a modern-day gunslinger. You do get kind of worried about turnovers a little bit, which prevents him from really competing with Mahomes for the greatest quarterback in the league. But, I mean, there's a reason why Buffalo is setting quarterback for several years from now, because this dude, he's him. He is him. So, not much else to say about Mr. Josh Allen. Next up is C.J. Stroud, who I am putting in the great tier. He has the ability to become elite. I don't doubt that at all, because I mean, look at him last year as a rookie with a Texans organization that wasn't great the past few years. Turned him around because of him. His ability, his throwing ability is absolutely insane. Able to get to his targets very easily. I think he's a great quarterback right now after his rookie season, which is not something you say a lot about other rookies. So, really, really good season for him. Still too soon to consider him elite, because there's still a couple other guys out there that I would rank above him. But, yeah, no, C.J. Stroud, he is special. He's special. Another guy I'm going to put in great, Dak Prescott. I mean, for the regular season, Dak Prescott is great. He's easily top 10 to 12 quarterback during the regular season. He's got great stats. Always has Dallas in playoff position for a high seed. The only thing with Dak is he crumbles in the playoffs. We all know about that. So not really too much to say there. But for the regular season, you could do a whole lot worse than Dak Prescott. I got more faith in him in the regular season than Lawrence and Tua. Next up is Baker Mayfield. A guy I'm going to put in the good tier. It really is about consistency with him, because is he going to have a great season like last year in 2021? Or is he going to be 2022 Baker where he sucked? So it's just a lot to consider with Baker Mayfield. But Tampa is betting on his last year to be good, and I got faith in him. I think he's going to be a solid quarterback there. So he's good. He can borderline be top maybe 12 in the league, but 13 to 17, he's not that expensive for a quarterback, and Tampa Bay's got a lot of weapons around him. They should be competitive, so they could do a lot worse than Baker Mayfield, a quarterback. Caleb Williams, rookie. I think he could be, if I'm predicting where he could be around between good and great, because I think Chicago is really setting him up nicely with offensive weapons. Still concerned about the offensive line. Still kind of concerned about you're always concerned about rookie strengths in the NFL level. And there's a lot of hype around him. So I hope he doesn't do good, because I'm a Packers fan. But for Bears fans' sake, I think it would be good for them if he did do well. But not too much to say there. I think Caleb's going to be all right. Herbert, elite. The talent is there. He is a special quarterback. And I do think he is number 5 in the NFL. So he's just, everyone knows how good he is. The question is how is he going to do this year with not a lot of receiving weapons, as Mike Williams left, Keenan Allen got traded. They didn't draft a receiver with the 5th pick. They got Joe Alt. So who is he going to throw the ball to? But I think he has a chance to really prove this year under Jim Harbaugh that he is an elite quarterback, that like his talent is showing. So he is up there. Next up is Aaron Rodgers. And you are difficult to place, man, because you could be elite if you go back to your 2021, 2022 form. 2020, 2021 form. 2022 Rodgers, good. And we all know 2023 was not great. So I'm going to go in the middle here and put him low end of great, just based on projection. I think he's going to be better than what he was for the Packers in 2022. He's not going to be what he was in his back-to-back MVP years, but if he can stay healthy, which is the big concern for him right now, because he's 40 years old coming off an Achilles tear, and the O-line for the Jets isn't necessarily improved either. You're concerned there, but he can still be a great quarterback. Mac Jones, backup. We all know he's trash. Next up, we have Jalen Hurts. He's a great quarterback. He had a bit of a down year compared to his 2022, where he led the Eagles to the Super Bowl. Got a bit more turnover from not as efficient with the ball. but he's still a good athlete, strong arm, got good talent around him. He takes advantage of it. Our big concern, he might be falling down to earth, but I think last year is a wake-up call for the Eagles, and I think he'll be better this year. So he's still a great quarterback. Kirk Cousins, high end and good. Atlanta took him over, brought him over for a lot of money, paid him a lot of money. I mean, he's a very good quarterback. Would I consider him great? No, not really, but you could do a whole lot worse than Kirk Cousins as your quarterback. So, yeah, there's that there. Lamar Jackson, the reigning MVP. Dude's elite. I mean, you're not a two-time MVP winner without being an elite quarterback. He's really gotten better with not just taking off for running. He scrambles a lot to get guys open. He's improved a lot as a passer. Again, dynamic runner. I mean, he's kind of everything you want in a quarterback. He got a big playoff win. The only thing left on his resume is getting to a Super Bowl, which, I mean, it is kind of hard with this dude in your conference. But Lamar is extremely talented. And if he keeps up for the next few years, dude's 100% a Hall of Famer. So, Lamar, elite quarterback. Anthony Richardson, I'm going to put under rookie. Mainly because like his rookie year got completely washed away due to injury, so not that great there for him. So I do expect him to kind of be like a Lamar Jackson mold with his running ability. He's got to learn how to take hits, which is going to be a concern for another guy on this list. But Richardson has all the talent in the world, and I think Indy is building up something really nice. They almost made the playoffs with Gardner Minshew, who is a less physically talented quarterback. And I think Shane Steichen is a great coach for him. And I think watch out for the Colts this year is all I'm going to say. Because Richardson can be really special. Kenny Pickett, backup for Philadelphia. Lost his starting job in Pittsburgh due to poor play, poor kind of not great maturity. After they brought in Russell Wilson. And so not great situation for Mr. Pickett there. Michael Penix. Surprise pick to Atlanta. Everyone was saying that Penix is like one of the most start-now-ready quarterbacks in this draft. And he goes to a place in Atlanta where they signed Kirk Cousins is a massive deal. Granted, Kirk is old, coming off a major injury, so you want that backup to be there. But you don't spend the 8th pick on a backup quarterback for the next 3 years if Kirk is healthy. So it was just very confusing. I think he can be good, but I think he's in the wrong situation for him. Because he's 24 years old, coming off, he has 3 major injuries in college. You just don't know if he's going to hold up. So, yeah, not great there. I can't tell. Is this Bo Nix? No, I think that's Bo. That's JJ. Drake May. That's who he is. Sorry, all these white quarterbacks that came out look the same. I think Drake May is going to struggle this year. Not because of his talent. Because of the crappy situation the Patriots are in weapons-wise, there's not really a lot there. You just want this guy to live. You want him to live a lot. I don't see Jacoby Brissett on this list, but getting Jacoby Brissett to be the day one starter is going to be great. Let him kind of develop. Let him learn a little bit. And if they start doing well, maybe bring in May later in the year, but he should not be starting day one. That would totally ruin his confidence and turn him into Mac Jones. Pardon me. Next up is Joe Flacco. Top tier backup quarterback. I think him going to Indy, great move. Because if Richardson gets hurt, you got a capable veteran leader there. And so his run with the Browns last year was magical. I was saying if he won Super Bowl with Cleveland, with that magic, if he had it, Hall of Famer. But Flacco is the best backup quarterback right now on this list because he is a very, very solid quarterback. Drew Lock, another backup. Not really much to say about Drew Lock. I think he's a very capable backup. You're not going to be too worried if he has to come into play, but you are worried for extended period of time like all backup quarterbacks. But for backup, you could do a whole lot worse. Bryce Young, meh. I will put him above Sam Darnold because I think he will have a better improved situation this year compared to last year. But man, that rookie year did not go well for Mr. Young. Carolina was a complete dumpster fire and did not help that C.J. Stroud look as good as he did. So, but I think Bryce Young will be better this year. he has to be better, or else Carolina might be picking a quarterback next year. But we'll see if the offensive line gets better and better play calling because Frank Reich did a number on that team. Deshaun Watson, another meh guy. I mean, he's kind of been an average quarterback these past few years when he's been playing. He's not really elevating Cleveland's roster, and he's got that massive, massive contract that's anchoring this team down. I think the Browns highly regret that trade, and I think he's just not a good quarterback, I don't think. I think he's going to be average to below average again this year and not really justifying the price at all. So, yeah, meh. I think that is Will Levis. Yeah, Will Levis here. Another meh quarterback. I'm going to put him next to Bryce Young, another second-year player. Kind of just, you don't really know what he got because he wasn't in a great situation. You hope that improved in the offseason. He also got better as well, so it's kind of a wait and see with Will Levis. He has some potential, but I'm not so sure if he's going to work out in Tennessee. Kind of risky move there. Daniel Jones, I'm putting him down below Sam Darnold. Daniel Jones is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL, and he should not be paid that much money. He had a fluke run in 2022, and I think the Giants are regretting that. This is his last chance. They got him Malik Neighbors, a true number one wide receiver, and if he can't succeed this year, he's never going to. He's not ever going to. And so I think he's one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league, and you'd be a lot happier with a bunch of other guys on this list. Next up is Brock Purdy, who I'm putting up as a great quarterback. He's not elite. If I'm telling you, Brock, go win me the game, there's a couple other guys I would have higher than him. But saying that, dude's a good quarterback. I mean, look at this. I mean, people say, oh, he has all these weapons. Like, it takes a really good quarterback to execute an offense like that on schedule all the time. He doesn't really make mistakes. I mean, that Baltimore game aside, that was a terrible game from him, but he's efficient. He throws the ball really good down the field, and San Francisco is the reason why they don't get so much crap for the Trey Lance debacle is because they lucked into Brock Purdy, who should not have lasted to the last pick of the draft. He's been a fantastic quarterback for them, and I do like Brock Purdy. Now, do I wish he didn't beat the Packers? Yeah, of course I do, but Brock Purdy, great, is a pretty good quarterback. Actually, I'm going to put him above Jalen Hurts. Jameis Winston, Mr. Crab Legs, not much to say about you. You're a backup for Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. Patrick Mahomes, he's in it here by himself. I mean, every time you think this guy's starting to struggle, he pulls something out of his butt that makes him just go like, yeah, that dude is the best quarterback in the National Football League. And I don't think he's even really that close. Surefire Hall of Famer, 3-time Super Bowl champ, MVP. He's insane. The dude is insane. I mean, not much else to say about Patrick Mahomes that we don't already know. Jaden Daniels, another rookie quarterback. I'm really concerned about him, mainly because of his play style running football. I mean, there's like 2 to 3 times a game in college where that dude would just take a massive, massive, unnecessary hit running football. And I'm very concerned of him going to Washington with that playing surface. He could potentially be RG3'd. And I don't want that because I think the dude's talented. He's clearly talented. Won the Heisman last year. He could run the ball well. He could throw the ball pretty all right. You are concerned about some of the accuracy with him. But he could be a very, very special player. And I don't want him getting hurt at all. So, there's that. Matt Stafford. He's a good quarterback. I think at this point in his career, he is a very good, like 14, 15 level quarterback. Not too much above that or below that. He's got good weapons. He's got Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua with him, and he can make the offense run. I don't think the Rams would be like threatening for a Super Bowl game, but they can make the playoffs and make some noise there. But Stafford, I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's got the Super Bowl win. He's got the stats. Hall of Famer. Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited. Meh. Just absolute meh. You're just hoping that the past 2 years in Denver are behind him now. But I don't believe it. I think he's going to be an average quarterback for the Steelers, which, I mean, for them, that would be an upgrade over Kenny Pickett last year. They got him for cheap as Denver's paying the vast majority of the deal. The Steelers paying him the league minimum. So, a good pickup for Pittsburgh. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, not too bad. Didn't lose out too much. But, man, it's been sad to see Russ decline. Like, he was, like, Hall of Fame track, and now kind of questioned a little bit with him. Gardner Minshew. Another meh. Because I think he's going to be getting a start over Aiden O'Connell in Vegas. He's just a very solid, just kind of below average bridge quarterback. He'd be good for them this year as they kind of see what they want to get out of this team. So not much to say about Minshew there. Mr. Jared Goff. Dude's a great quarterback. Which is weird because we thought after he got traded from the Rams after a couple of down years, had a Super Bowl run to the Lions, that his career would be over. Not great. Dude got a massive payday with Detroit. Has helped turn around the Lions franchise, revitalize the team, and got them to the NFC Championship game last year and almost led them to the Super Bowl. Dude's good. Now, is he the best quarterback in the division? He's not. But he makes Detroit a whole lot more interesting than if he wasn't there. And his turnaround has been absolutely insane. So, good on you, Jared. Good on you. Sam Howell, backup. Way too many turnovers, way too many sacks. Did not fare well at all. You're going down here, bud. So, yeah, not much to say about Mr. Sam Howell there. Justin Fields, right now, is a backup. If Russ fails, he could be a starter. I think he'd be solid there. Great runner, not so great of a passer. I do think the Bears upgraded by letting him go. Trading him to the Steelers to Caleb Williams, I think that was the right call. I will miss him. I love playing against him because the Packers were able to beat him quite a bit. So, but if he gets a chance, he could be something a little bit, but I wouldn't. I don't think so. Aiden O'Connell is kind of a meh backup quarterback. I do think Minshew would get to start over him, but the Raiders like him a lot, so we'll see what happens there. My man Jordan Love. Where am I putting you? Jordan. Right behind CJ. You can call me a homer. Call me a homer all you want. Those last 11 games last year were special. During those the end of the regular season against Dallas and for most of the game against San Francisco, he was playing as the best quarterback in football. Do I think it's going to happen all next year? No. But I do think that he has a chance, along with CJ, to get up into his elite category of quarterback play. And if he does, watch out. Even then, I still think he is one of the top 8 to 9 quarterbacks in the league. There's no question about it. People are like, oh, Jordan's not that good. Like, no, he's special. Like, there's throws at the end of the year last year. I was like, oh my goodness, how are you making that? And if he could play that way for a full season, having all these weapons that he has, Packers are looking for a Super Bowl. So, looking forward to seeing Jordan. Geno Smith. He's good. He has revitalized his career after being a backup for a long time, after a really poor initial showing with the Jets. Came to Seattle, kind of brought back his career. He's a good quarterback. I mean, he could lead you to the playoffs. He's not going to go more than that, but he's more than solid. Like, really impressed with Geno Smith. Joe Burrow, Joey B. I still think he's elite. My only reason why he's below these 3 guys here is because of injury. He missed a lot of time last year with a couple injuries. His rookie year, he got injured pretty bad, and you need to not be injured to be considered an elite quarterback. I'm giving him 1 more year in terms of elite status. If he gets hurt again, he would drop down the tier, so not much to say there. But Joe Burrow is the reason why Cincinnati is investing in their stadium again, because dude's good. Dude is really, really good. Bo Nix. I think he's in a really good spot. I think Denver really fits his skill with Sean Payton's scheme. Dude gets the ball quick, and that's what you want for Sean Payton wants. So I think he's in a really good spot in Denver. Could be maybe the best rookie quarterback stat-wise in his first year. I still think Caleb Williams is obviously better, more talented, but in terms of I think coaching and everything going on, he could potentially be better his rookie year. And J.J. McCarthy, I don't get it. He did not really show much at Michigan. He was basically a game manager, asked not to lose a game, ends up going top 10 to Minnesota. I don't get it. I really don't understand the hype that he has. I thought it was going to be a second, third round pick, but quarterbacks get hyped up in the draft, but I kind of hope he doesn't pan out because I like being up on the Vikings. And then Desmond Ridder, he's terrible. Absolutely terrible. No one cares about him at all. Yeah, so trash. So my tier list: Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, Herbert, Burrow, Stroud, Love, Purdy, Hurts, Goff, Murray, Prescott, Rodgers, Stafford, Cousins, Lawrence, Mayfield, Tua, Smith, Watson, Carr, Wilson, Minshew, Young, Levis, Darnold, Jones. Rookies do not count. We got Richardson, Williams, Daniels, May, Nix, McCarthy, Penix, and then the backups: Flacco, Fields, Pickett, O'Connell, Luck, Winston, Lance, Howell, Ritter, Jones, and Wilson. So thank you guys so much for watching. I think it's a good tier list. I mean, there's, especially here in the Great Elite tier, you kind of could argue a bit. So let me know down in the comments below where you guys have certain quarterbacks, why you have them there. I think I'm a little bit high on Jordan Love compared to what most people think, but he's my quarterback. I gotta be a little bit biased. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, comment, and subscribe. And see ya. Bye.